Hello everybody, Yumi Makula here, back for another Chronicles of Narnia topic. Today is not an unboxing video, although there is going to be another one in the near future. Today I'm going to be showing you some stuff from from an auction that's going to be happening on the 25th of August of this year from the store Prop Store of London. What's it just Prop Store? Because all the stuff I've seen from this, people say prop store from London, just regular prop store, which I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But back to the subject, they're doing a live auction, which I looked up, and they have a huge auction going on, and they're selling 6 items from the Chronicles of Narnia trilogy films. Most of them are from the Prince Caspian, which in my case, by far, is like the best one they ever made, next to Lionel Richie. But back to the subject, I contacted them about a week ago, asking them, well, so you're doing your live auction in a couple of weeks, so I was just wondering, would it be alright if I did some free advertisement for you? And I'm like, sure, go ahead, we don't mind. Now, unfortunately, I'm not able to do any interviews with them because of the whole COVID-19 stuff. So yeah, but they did send me some pictures of the items they're doing, and also basically a script of what the items are. So I'm gonna show you that, do a presentation of that, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so the first item they're selling is the Peter Pensy William Mosley sword used in the Chronicles of Narnia Prince Caspian and The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Gifted to the young Pensies by Father Christmas, James Cosmo. The sword, Rindon, that's strange. I never knew they actually had a name for the sword. Oh well. Served as Peter's blade throughout his time in Narnia. The sword is built with a resin hilt and a core with a urethane blade molded over it. The guard and blade are painted in a dark metallic silver tone and features the prohitic phrase, when Aslan bares his teeth to meet his death, on one side, and the other side, when Aslan shakes his mane, we shall have spring again, on the other side. As you can tell, I'm theater, so a bit social. The handle is a deep red with a decorative pattern and simulated stitching, meant to illuminate a leather wrap. The gold tone pommel, let me just show you. The gold tone pommel is shaped into the head of a roaring lion. The sword is in good overall condition, and some wear from production, including some scuffs to the paint and a few small tears in the urethane blade. It's about 41 inches length, 8 inches across, and 2 inches thick. Now, my overview of this sword is actually quite amazing. Yes, it's been used in combat, but the details still left in it is actually quite amazing. And if you're like me, you never knew that's what the writings on the swords here were there until I read this, which I'm surprised. Excuse me as I drink some root beer. And don't mind the dog noises. He's just outside, and Madame won't let him in the house. But overall, I love the condition of this. See, up in the tip area, there's some damage there, but that's to be expected. Overall, this blade has been in very good condition. This lot number 156, and it's estimated between $3,000 and $5,000. Now, I think there's already one bid on this. I could be mistaken, but this would be a great price to have. great thing to have if you're a big Narnia nerd like me. I'm super happy for that. Now, the next item is Emintensities. Scander canes, I think that's what it is. So used in the Prince Caspian film and the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe film. Edmund used his sword during the Battle of Bruna to destroy the one of the Jadis, aka the White Witch, Tilda Swinton, the White Witch, and save his brother by striking the critical blow against Jadis' forces. The sword is built with a resin hilt and core with a soft urethane blade molded over it, so basically like Peter's sword. The guard and blade is painted in dark metallic silver tone like Peter's sword. The handle is a dark reddish brown with a pattern molded similarly braided leather wrap like Peter's, like the first sword again. The pommel, on the other hand, which is painted to match the blade over, features a 4-point star and a round, here it is, right there, round peen block. The sword is in good condition overall, with here is about 37 inches long, 8 inches wide, and 1.5 inches thick. Now, my view on this is that this is a great adaptation of an Italian sword, either Italian or Germans. I don't know which one. This is how they actually forged their medieval swords, their medieval long swords, and I love it that the people at the workshop, when they put this blade and make sure that it actually feels like Narnia. It doesn't look like any blade I've seen in the history books. But again, this is a very, very good blade. Again, I wouldn't mind having this, but school coming up, I'm not going to be able to do that. It's estimated with somewhere between $1,500 and $2,500. And last time I checked, there's no bids on this one yet. There's one bid for Peter's sword, but no bids on this one yet. So this would be a good time to get it. The starting bids are $750, so I would pounce on that right away. Okay, next is Edmund Tempest's armor costume. This is the armor he wears during the castle raid. Which I'm probably not the only one who's kind of mad at that, because that raid was never in the book. But it brought the story tremendously well. Let's see, they say here, Edmund Tempest wore this armor costume after he returned to Narnia to join Prince Caspian's fight against the Telmarines. Which, if you don't know who the Telmarines are, you should read the book of Prince Caspian. This costume consists of a long sleeve blue velvet shirt with a subtle black pen, and silver tone metal buttons with medieval lion imagery. Dark brown leather gauntlets, a light brown leather vest with dark brown hardened leather shoulder armor. So basically, this armor here is actually hardened leather, which what was common was most early medieval knights who didn't have a lot of money. Let's see now, where was I? Tan moleskin pants. Blech, I can't speak English. And brown suede laced up boots. The costumes could include 7 Prince Caspian wardrobe tags filed out with information about the character and performer and costume. To the individual costume components are marked Hero 1, Hero 2 for Edmund. The lot is excellent overall condition, minimal wear, scuffing of the boots and stain to the shirt. Now, overall, this looks amazing. There's only one other group I know about who actually owns a costume like this, and they're called Living in Lucy's Shoe or something like that, which is a company who collects Chronicles of Narnia pieces. And by the looks of it, this looks like authentic leather, all carved in and all that. And And if I were you, I would actually go for this. Go for this big because according to the rumors, this is the last or close to last film where Weta Workshop actually used leather, steel, armor, and all those other equipments. From sources I heard, like from Movie Man, which I can link in this do a link to a channel below in the descriptions. But overall, this costume looks amazing. And all this leather gear with all this will be very valuable to have. If not just to sell it in the future, just to have to show your kids, like, this is how much they went into making this film to make it feel like an actual Narnia film. Which, this is amazing piece. C.S. Lewis wrote these books to focus on keeping your mind on the Lord. Because in the beginning of this film, all the Narnians, Caspian, and in the film version, when the Pharisees get there, they're not waiting for Aslan to get there to lead them. They go in the battle on their own, without basically thinking of what Aslan will do, and they get their butts whooped, big time. Yeah, so this lot number is 158, estimated between $800 and $1,200. Now here's the thing though, there's already been on this, and somebody bid $1,200 bid on the first bid. So they must really want this costume. So next we got Prince Caspian Ben Barnes stunt sword from Prince Caspian. Now this is actually a stunt sword. This is not like a actual steel blade. This is a, let's see, hold on. They say that swords throughout the sword is made of dense urethane blade that meets a rounded foil made from dense rubber. The grip is a similar braid, features a similar braid, and meets a resin pommel in the shape of a, strange words, fleur de lis. The guard and pommel featured markings etched into them. Here's a better picture of it. Pommels. And the entire sword has been painted to appear aged. Also included is a dense rubber scabbard, painted dark green and dark metallic gray with molded details, light metallic silver colored piping, and a metal and brown leather belt loop. The sword is scabbard in overall good condition, like all the other blades and all that. It's 46 inches long, 9 inches wide, and 5... Wait, I gotta look at that over again. Sorry, forget about the measurements, okay? But overall, this blade, I don't know if people sometimes realize this, but this is what actors are actually running around with in battle scenes. That they may look like steel blades, but they're actually rubber blades that are made to look like that. But overall, again, to Weta Workshop's achievements, these are fantastic stunt weapons. I love the detail in the blade and the sheath. It just blew my mind out. All the detail into one faction, even though in the movie they made them look like Spaniards instead of Vikings, which probably would have been the more appropriate pirates to attack to take control of Narnia. Otherwise, there would have been guns in the second movie. But overall, they did a good job. Weta Workshop, amazing job on this. This is lot number 159, and it's estimated between $1,500 and $1,200. Basically the same as Edmund's sword, but it starts at $750 bid. So if you can get this cheap, this would be a cool addition to anybody's collection. There's the measurements. Now next was a surprise of my life. Next is a full suit of Minotaur actually, suit. And this is the bodysuit they wore. The problem is nowadays, people, when you see action movies like The Hobbit, Warcraft, and even part of the Avengers, most of the time you think, oh, this is just CGI and all that. But in this film, and even Lionel Richie in the Wardrobe, they actually had actual live suits there. And it's a full body suit with legs and minus feet and hands. And you can see there's like a opening in the back for them to actually climb in, which gotta be a difficult task to do, but it's amazing. This is the bodysuit and also the head. Now let's see this. Actually, what I find funny about the Prince Caspian film is that the Minotaurs were never actually in the original Prince Caspian book. They were actually, I think, wiped out along with most of the rest of the White Witch's army. But the mask is constructed of plastic, foam latex, synthetic hair, foam, resin, and acrylic components to resemble a bull's head. That's a lot to say. The matching bodysuit features foam, spandex, and mixed fabric components. The lot is in good overall condition, with some wear in the production, including staining of the interior of the bodysuit and minor deterioration, I guess in that here, of the foam latex. Now, overall, this is actually looks like it held up pretty well. I mean, I love the way they did the Minotaurs. I like it that they took mystical creatures from like Greece and all that, and changed it to make it feel like it's actually Narnia and all that. I love what they did here. Probably very smelly. Pardon me if I drink some root beer. Trying to keep my voice. I love what they did here. Love the detail. And I feel bad for the people because the part where they actually saw the camera was right here. In the mouth. And then as I heard there was some accidents happening because of that. I love the sky here. Makes it look like Minotaur has been in a few combat battles. Just overall love it. So this slot is slot number 160, and it's estimated to be somewhere between $4,000 and $6,000. So you're thinking, wait, you're an amateur Narnian prop and costume collector. Are you showing this and you can't afford it? I'm sorry, I'm a college student as well. The starting bid is at $2,000. Unfortunately, there's already one bid on there for $2,000, so you might have to go a little bit higher. But again, these items are so rare to get like the full. Yeah, let me go back to get the full bodysuit and the mask for it. It doesn't say if it's electronic or not. I'm guessing this is like a background character where there's no electronics to move the mouth or the eyes or ears or anything like that. But if I had the time and money, I would definitely get this just to wear around for like Renaissance fairs, just to be fun. Okay, for my final picture they sent me, the satyrs. Now the satyrs, if you don't know from the film, they are supposed to be parts man and part goat. But the thing is, in the book version, they look like fawns but with red skin. I don't know if I can say that because of race, colors, race, or whatever. But let's see what they said. Oh boy, here's a long breathing on there. This mask is constructed from plastic, latex, synthetic hair, foam. Basically the same stuff as the Minotaur. But here's the thing though. This is all there is to it. I think because they did that, because it's hard to make have the actors' legs and try to compare to fit into like goat legs, like the fawns do. But I love what they did here. They got the thing in the back too to help people in. Let's see now. They also say include several orange motion tracking squares affixed. Also for display at the back, black fiberglass torso cast, a white styrofoam bust. They know that area. And a wardrobe bag with that, which is actually pretty cool. I absolutely love what they did here, except for the eyes. That's kind of creepy, actually. But I love what they did here. The amount of what a workshop. There's a reason why they got so many recognitions and has so many companies ask them for them to make costumes and all that. Now, actually, the actors don't see out of the mouth. They actually see down here through the neck area. Excuse me, pardon me about that. And which is actually pretty cool. And another thing, I like this, that they kind of make it different from the Minotaurs and all the other creatures. They have 3 fingers, which is gotta be a little bit extra harder for the actor to use it for, but also the hair detail is like awesome. Again, what a workshop does the most amazing things I ever knew. And Prop Store, I don't know how you guys get this stuff and so on, but they're amazing. This is lot 161. This is mask and bodysuit, estimated about the same as the Minotaur, $4,000, $6,000. There is no bid for this, and the starting bid is $2,000. I would take that. If I were you, I would definitely, really, honestly take that. So let's go down. Again, all these items are from propstoreoflondon.com, and this is actually the link. It won't actually work. You have to type it in, but it's www.propstoreauction.com or www.propstore.com. Yep, and all these items, again, are going to be for auction on August 25th and 26th of the year 2020. So I hope you all enjoyed. Again, there will be another unboxing video coming up soon. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all later. Cheerio.